Welcome back to the show, episode 2, season 2. As always, your host Alex Hancock
and Jamie Brown. Hello.
Yeah, cracking. So you may notice our surroundings are different. I'm on holiday this week. I'm in Newquay. Jay's at home. So yeah, we're gonna have to do it via video chat. So the quality might not be there this week. I mean, to be honest, I think last week was pretty shit, Jay. I'm not going to lie with terms of the quality. I think we're drinking too much, burping, eating sweets.
Burping. Yeah, that was pretty bad. We're eating herbal sweets as well at the same time, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't.
I don't hear it, but
yeah, it wasn't great, but it's the first one in a while, so we'll soon get back into the swing of things. I'm sure, but yeah, so. Let's kick in then to the first game week. I mean, obviously it's the first week, so let's not take too much from that. But the first fixture I've got here, Jay, is UOG. Charlie McNally versus My Johnson got Wood, Howard Sims. Now, this won't be surprised to anyone. Absolute fucking landslide. Howard with one of the best points tally there's ever been, to be fair. So yeah, it was 82 to Howard, 35 to Chaz. Now, as I said, Jay, there's no surprise there, is there, mate?
To be honest with you, Howard absolutely smashed it. Do you know any of what the high score was or anything in the previous season?
I've got the season I won. I think I got 90. I've got a couple of 80s before. I don't count double game weeks because they're easier to get them points. Still good, but you know. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely. I say it's in the top 5. It's definitely a massive point haul and a insane first week. So I mean, I'm just going to go to Howard's squad to see where the points come from. I mean, yeah. So. Sanchez got 8 points, Munez 5, Lamento 9, Spence got 6, the youth got 1, Semenyo 15, Salah 8, Rogers 3, Johnson 8, Jorginho 6, Wood 13.
That's mental. They've all chipped in, haven't they?
Yeah, it's just like there's points all over the board. I mean, I criticise his defence. And yeah, they've done well. Everything's done well. His midfield, his attack. Yeah, I mean, really strong start from Howard.
Like, to be honest with you, it's impressive in a normal fantasy, isn't it? That 9 points.
Yeah, because I think you've got a captain.
Good, solid. Yeah.
So I'm guessing he probably would have had Salah captain, so he had another 8 points to that, so that would have been 90 points, so yeah. So I'll now have a quick dive into Charlie. To be fair, Charlie, it's not the worst. If we got 35 points, it's not the worst in the world, but let's just see where his points come from. So United keeper 2 points. I mean, that goal was a disgrace, to be fair. The Arsenal goal. He's got Kirkez who came off on the 59th minute and he got a card, so no points for him. Dorgu got 1. De Ligt got 4. So this is where the defensive contributions come into it. It looks like it is a maximum of 2 points for that, and I think if you get 10 contributions, you get the maximum 2 points. I saw Van Dijk over 20 and it's still only 2 points, so I think it is the maximum of that. So yeah, got 4 with De Ligt. James got a clean sheet bonus, but he did get a yellow card. So he got 5 points. Cunha 2, Elanga 3. Now I'm a bit annoyed by this. So that new City midfielder, Ranjaners, whatever I pronounce that, he got 10 points. Now Charlie did private message me to say he's going to go for him. Now I was tempted myself, but when Charlie said he's going to go for him, I initially put him in my watch it as well when I was doing the draft, but for some reason, well, obviously had a few beers while doing the draft. I completely forgot about him. But as Charlie messaged me to say he's going for him, I then did the honourable thing and didn't try to steal that from him. I did go
Did he
for...
private message you as well, did you say?
Yeah, he private messaged me, yeah.
Okay, well, I'll put a mental note on that.
So, he told me what he's doing. He said he's going for that player. And I did the honourable thing and I left it to Charlie. And he's got 10 points for him. Then Charlie's got McAllister 5 points, Mateta 1, Beto 2. Vista still doesn't play him. Charlie left Trippier on the bench for 6 points because we all said he wouldn't start. But at the end of the day, Charlie, you need to be your own man. If you back your own bullshit, if you believed in him, you should have started him, mate. So I was no crying for that. Then Mount with a 2. So, he had 8 points on the bench. So he could have had a solid. If he picked right, he could have had a solid, over 40 points there. So that wouldn't have been a bad first week. But obviously he's got unlucky coming against Howard with a storming week. Hopefully that's the first and last for Howard. Well, yeah. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we move on to the next fixture?
Well, he's got my boy Annie, my old boy McAllister.
Yeah.
He averages about... I think he just chips along, doesn't he? Plods along with 4 or 5 points here and there, so fair play to him. Cunha's going to get goal. He's going to get more points than 2 every game and see if he...
Yeah.
And Mateta is as well, so just a bit lucky. He comes up against Howard, which is fucking scoring for fun.
Okay, and now next fixture is up the blades, our Lansdowne versus, oh my God, Love in Abundance, Jamie Brown. In fact, this is your fixture, so you can lead this one.
Well, he pretty much had me before the last game, was it Leicester? And I started very well as well. I had 2 clean sheets for Newcastle. And Newcastle, who did play again?
Villa.
The Villa Castle game, I got 16 points off them 2 games. So I thought I could just kick on from that, to be honest with you, and I didn't. So, yeah, a little bit disappointed. I've had a few injuries as well. Like Clivett's got a calf injury. I've seen Bailey's gone to Roma. So, little things, little players like that. So I didn't really have any. I didn't have any strikers. I didn't think I'd do last.
Well, what was? You're rambling a bit now. What was the score then?
I've got. Let me just look. I'm on Owls. I thought we took Owls. Was I?
Well, you do the score first, pal.
Yeah, so Al beat me 50-37, and yeah, to be fair, he's done very well against me. To be fair, I started off well. I've got my defence. I've got 6, 4, 8, and 6 in my defence. No, that's fairly solid, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pull you a sec. So just for the viewers. So Jay's got Becker in goal, 1 point. Gabriel 6. Anina 4 points, Shaw 8, Cash 8. Then his midfield, and Bowman got 2, Gibbs White got 5, Prowse got 2, Billy got none, Fabio Silva got none, and Delap got 1. And then he's got 3 on the bench with no points, and Nketiah, Ake, and Clive. So if you remember last week, Jay, I did call Bailey is leaving. You chose to leave him in, so you were aware of that. Obviously, you got unlucky with Pope on the bench with 9 points, which is, still would have lost with him starting. Fabio Silva, no points, and I also called that as a really bad shout. So, yeah, I mean, what I said is come to fishing. I said, I praised your defence. I said, you had a good midfield, and your tackle let you down. So, and Ake let you down.
Yeah, it started well, and then it just gets worse as you go further up the pitch. To be honest with you, I'm not very happy with my strike force. And I do think that's what's going to lead me to a lot of defeats this season. But fair play to Al. Yeah,
so let's have a quick look at Al's team now. Winning that comfortably in the end, but 50 points. 57. It's not like he absolutely battered you. So Al's got Vicario in goal, 9 points. Conte only got the 1. Ruben Diaz, 6. Mario. Oh, not Mario. What's it called now? I think it's...
No.
Yeah, got 6. Gusto, 1. Odegaard, 5. And Diddy, 2. Kudos, 10 points. That surprised me. I didn't see him starting that strong.
Kudos to him.
Yeah, Grealish only got the 1. Now, he's got a really, really poor attack, but he's done the business. He's got, who would have predicted a goal and 2 bonus points from Mayende for Sunderland? No one. And then he's got Agaji's 1 point. Obviously, he has got Isaac, but he's not playing as of yet. Then he got 6 points from White on the bench. I think he must have, like me, thought that Timber would start. But anyway, really strong start. 50 points is a really good, and 6 points on the bench. It's a really strong start from Al. He finished off last season quite strongly as well, to be fair to Al. So I'm sure he'll be very happy with that. So, yeah, any final thoughts for that first game week for you and Al?
Well, 50 points you're going to compete at every weekend, see 50 points is.
Yeah.
Like Sunderland, that strike, that's what it's all about in this draft, finding them little hidden gems, as we say in the group, to win games, and fair play to him. He's got how many points did he get? 8. No one's going to be picking.
I won't call anyone a gem yet, just because he's got, he's first game of the season at home against a poor West Ham team. He's got a goal, fair play to him, but if by the end of the season he scored 10 goals, then he's an hidden gem. But let's not go. He could not score. He could not score for the rest of the thingy, to be honest. So,
well, I meant it more like it was pretty much the reason why he's won this game against me, and it bar 3 or 4 points, but he's beat me convincingly in the end by him. So it's fair play to him.
Well, not by him, because you aren't just something like him. Could be any one of them players, but people got people got 9 points, so you can't say he's a difference. But
but I meant because not many people would have picked him.
But not many people would, but at the same time, we got to that point where like you said on the other podcast, you're struggling for strikers. Now, the first I'll obviously Sheffield United won the Championship last season. And if I was watching the Championship, to first of all, he might have gone. He looks a player and picked him off the back of that. Where I didn't watch Championship much. I watched the Premier League, Champions League, and a lot of League 2 last season. Where I would have watched a lot of the Championship. So fair play to her anyway. So in fair, 57 is a decent haul from UJ as well. You would have beat Chaz this week. So let's move on to the next game. It's Let's Be Having You, Mick Wood v Big Kahuna Burgers, Jack Luckinson. Jack, if you could just get rid of the burgers bit, please, because I just don't understand it. I get the Big Kahuna bit, but burgers, get rid of that. If you can't, that'd be nice. In fact, I'm just going to call you Big Kahuna. Anyway, so this was a poor showing for the defending champion. He got beat by Mick, 49-33. We'll have a look into Mick's team first because he's the winner. So Mick got lucky as fuck with Raya, 10 points here. Arsenal were dog shit, didn't deserve that at all. So fuck you, Mick, and fuck you, Arsenal, to be honest. Cucurella 8. He's then got Calafiori 13 because he scored and kept a clean sheet, but absolute dog shit goal. I think it was a foul on Mount, actually. It was on Mount, and I think it was a foul on the keeper because you should not be allowed to touch the keeper's arm. Don't get me wrong, I do believe in contact. If they're jumping together, going for the same ball, and fair enough, but in my opinion, Saliba isn't bothering going for the ball. All he wants to do is interfere with the keeper. I mean, and we all know what kind of people who interfere with other people are. So that's all I'll say on that one. And he got Collins 0. He's got Verts with 2, so that's a weak start for Verts. Eze 3, who's now got a big move to Arsenal. Raz got solid 6. Martinelli, Paul with 1. Bernardo 3. Bowen with a bad start with 2. Sesko came off the bench for his 1 point. Then his bench was pretty poor, but he did have 11 points from Lewis. So Mick could have absolutely smashed Jack if he went for Lewis over Collins, which I'm not sure why he did go for Collins, to be honest. But yeah, so that's Mick. Any thoughts on that if you want to add?
Yeah, I was quite surprised Lewis didn't start. Lewis started, to be honest with you, first game of the season. But I'm guessing that's what Mike thought in his mind as well. So yeah, it's pretty unlucky there. He's going to be happy about Eze.
Based on what? I mean, since Walker left. Yeah,
just because the rotation, what the kids doing.
Yeah, but why are you surprised that he started though?
No, I'm surprised he didn't. I'm surprised he started because I just thought first game of the season they just wanted to start him.
What? Based on what?
Just because of how he is with just like experience and all that sort of stuff, and I thought like play left back though.
He's
or right back.
I think we can play both, to be fair, but yeah. with Walker gone, you might have more opportunities at right back.
Yeah, I just thought he might have not played him. That was starting. That was all. Just because of I thought, he's relatively young still. I didn't think he was going to play the first game of the season, but he's going to be happy about Eze as well, isn't he? Going to Arsenal, he's got him as well. Yeah.
Because Mick's always been a big fan of Eze. I remember when he was at Reading, Mick was like, "Oh, look out for this kid, Eze." So yeah, Mick could be happy with that. Yeah, so let's have a little dive into defending champions, Big Kahunas. See where he failed, or So Pickford 2. We got 6 points from Richards because of pass, who kept a good clean sheet against Chelsea. Nico Williams, and he's got Byrne for 9. And he's got Bruno 2, Batoma 2, Iwobi 2, Damsgaard 0. Now Jack's got Thiago for Brentford, who scored a goal. Got 6. Fair, Jack last season said he's a good player, but obviously last season with Mbeumo and Vissa doing the business, Thiago just didn't really get a look in. But he started off strong this season with a goal. Gyökeres, 1 point, sorry. And then Stan Larson got a cheeky little 2. So yeah, that's where Jack's no points on the bench for Jack. So yeah, that's where Jack failed. I mean, to be honest, I do see this as one of the weaker teams this season. But don't write Jack off yet, because we wrote Jack off last season. He lost the first 3 or 4 games and won the league, so
Yeah, I'm not majorly convinced, if I'm being honest, but what do I know? At the best of times, to be fair, I think we did write him off the start. I think last season we did predict him to come last, didn't we?
I didn't. But
right.
I put all the contenders to be last. But then again, if you watch the podcast episode 1, by the time the first game started, he did some changes, and I did say, and in fact, you agreed with me that you wouldn't come last after seeing, because Jack must have done a few changes after the draft. Because I remember saying actually, I don't think he'll come last. But yeah,
I do think his team's worse now though than it was at the start of last season.
Yeah. Yeah, it's early doors. I agree with what early doors, isn't it?
Well, it is, like I say, it is early doors, and he'll probably beat me. So, what do I know?
Fuck all, to be honest, Jay. But let's move on to the 4th fixture, which was Diversity FC. John Seymour. Rich got a name change. Rich is here. He's now called Cherokee off Haaland. This
his name, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, this was the closest run game. This could have gone either way right to the end. So the score was 59 to Rich to 51 to John. So this was probably the best game in terms of like closeness. Obviously, Howard had the best game week. And also, I do feel a bit sorry for John, because John would have beat everyone barring Rich and Howard this week, and he's coming away with a loss, which is why sometimes the draft is cruel. But anyway, let's look into Rich's team to see where them points have come from. So Sal's with just a 2. He's got Saliba with 9, because again he's got a bonus and he's got the defensive contributions. Frimpong only got 1. Gay got 6. Cherokee got 6. Ahmad 1. Enzo 3. Barnes 3. Richarlison got 2 goals, so got him 13 points. Haaland 13 points. Then he's got Raul with 2. His keeper choice was wrong this week. He got 6 points from Henderson. Now, if you remember as well, on the podcast I had to say this about Rich. I said he's got 2 first choice keepers, and it's going to be difficult to which one to pick, because some weeks Sal's will clean sheets and some week Henderson's, and again that's come in to fruition, because we're going to say a lot of things and we're going to get a lot of things wrong, but I think that shout there from the Henderson and Sal's is that is going to happen all season. So yeah, and he's got 3 from Tielemans on the bench, 1 from Kuznov, and then 1 from Braithwaite. So yeah, Rich could end up with more points, over 60 if you pick correctly. You got any thoughts?
Yeah, the keepers, it's a good problem to have, isn't it? But it's like
no,
it's one of them issues where it's a good problem to have 2 keepers who are always going to start, in case of injuries. But then it's frustrating when you pick the wrong one each game.
Yeah,
each game week. So he's got that issue quite pretty much all season.
Yeah, strikers. Sticking on the keeper thing. In real life football, I would agree with you. It is a good problem to have, but in fantasy football, I don't think it is a good problem to have, because you're going to be second. Last season as well, you're second guessing yourself, and you can't see changing your keepers. In it could lose in games. I don't believe that is a good point. I feel like the best case is having a really good first team, a really strong first choice keeper, than a not so good, because he's got 2 keepers that are going to keep similar amount of clean sheets this season. So it's going to be this. I mean, obviously he's got it wrong and it hasn't affected him, but in a closer game that could have been the difference.
Yeah, but for me personally, you could argue both ways though, because
I don't think you can.
Of the fixtures, who they're playing against, what team they're playing against, and all that sort of stuff. So say they're playing Man City or they're playing Burnley or something. It's a no-brainer. But so there is pros in it as well as cons. So, but yeah, we'll see by the end of the season, I guess. But I predicted Rich to win the league anyway before this, and I think when you got Haaland, you're halfway up there, aren't you?
Well, funny that, because last year you didn't predict me win the league. I did have Haaland, so that just shows your bias.
That just the hatred for you and your team.
So just a bit of patheticness from you there, mate. But yeah,
I mean, and vice versa. Let's be honest.
No. Okay, carry on, mate.
Hey?
Carry on.
Oh yeah, that's all I've got to say about it. I think Rich will be up there.
Okay, no worries. So,
yeah.
let's have a quick look at John's team then, before we move on to the final game. So yeah, John 51. So John's got 2 keepers, both for City, Trafford and Edison. Edison didn't play. Trafford got the nod. 7 points. But again, with that, John's a better tactic for me, because when you've got 1 and 2, you guarantee at least some points. El Nouri got 9 points. Again, I think I did say he would be John's standout defender this season. Wan-Bissaka 1. Pedro Porro got 6. But I don't see Spurs clean sheets every week. Gakpo with 7. Again, we both mentioned Gakpo being his best midfielder. Slobosai only with a 2. Paqueta with 2. Minte with 3. Watkins didn't have his best game with 2 points. Ikikite really strong start from him, banging in again. We did say he could be up there, he could not be, but strong start from him. Then Havertz, who now looks like he's going to be injured, got 1 point. We did highlight that he is a bench risk. He did have a lot of points on the bench. Neto were 3, and Leclerc, whatever he's called, 8 points. Now if he started, no, he still wouldn't have won, because if he did start, he would have lost a point from Wan-Bissaka, for example. He was still 1 point short, and also Rich had not his best team up. So yeah, so the good news is for John, he lost, but he got a really strong points haul. Even though he could have had more points, so could Rich. So ultimately, he did deserve to lose. So yeah, but he wasn't lucky. Yeah, what anything on John's team?
Let me have it, you. Yeah, it sucks for John for him. He's got ACL injury, has he?
A knee injury. I'm not sure exactly what it is.
But I do remember the Liverpool-Bournemouth game, the first game of the season, and everyone was just going right for John once he first the first fixture. So he was very, very unlucky to lose. A great score tally, to be honest with you, and that wins quite a lot of weeks. So yeah, unlucky John.
Yeah, unlucky there, mate. And then now we're going to go to Espionage J. A quite tragic. It is a tragic showing from both of me and Dan.
I'm glad you said it, not me.
It was absolutely embarrassing, pathetic points all from the both of us. But even more sad, I lost to Dan. It was 23 points to me, the worst of the game week in 27. So this was actually the battle of the shit boys in terms of the game week. So yeah, I'm gutted. It's the first week, so I'm not gonna lose too much sleep over it. As I said, like Jack lost his first few games and ended up winning the league. So yeah, but as always, look at the winner's team first to see how he claimed that victory. So yeah, he's got Verberg 2 points, Murillo 2 points, Tarkowski 4 points, Van de Ven 6 points, Palmer 3, Mamouche 1, Sarr 3, Drewsbury, Hall 2, Solanke 1, Falkirk 2, and Welbeck 1. So again, he did a fair few points to the bench as well. Again, so what I said about Dan's team, obviously the big hit isn't turning up Mamouche and Palmer or Sarr. But I did say that, that attack doesn't strike me with fear. Drewsbury only got picked up with 2 points. His defence, I said his defence is alright, and they got, the bulk of his points. He did have Anderson on the bench, described as a winger number 10. Definitely not a DM. Can play centre mid. He is a centre mid, to be fair, as well, but definitely not a DM. He got an assist, but on the bench. So yeah, that's Dan's points. Where they come from. What your thoughts there, J boy?
Yeah, not enough points with it all around the board.
No shit.
Strikers, when you got 3 strikers up top and you pick up 4 points out of the 3 of them, you're struggling, aren't you? So yeah, unlucky Dan. Anderson actually got the best score out of them all is on the bench. My old boy, attacking midfielder, by the way, scored hardly any goals. So yeah, okay. He got 27 points and still managed to get the victory, which is
sad
very
time.
hard in this.
Yeah,
in the fantasy.
But let's be fair though, that's right. I mean, you were picking up 11s, 13s, and Charlie was. You got some fucking absolute dire. I mean, last season you would have wished you got 23 points. So let's have it right here. But yeah, it is a pathetic attempt. Let's see where it went wrong for me.
Just one question about it.
Go on.
But was that your lowest score you've had in the fantasy?
Yeah, because last season I never got less than 20. So yeah, it is one of my lowest. But I mean, I'd argue I was a bit unlucky, but Here's what it is. So,
Let's go through it then.
Keller got 1 because Ramsdale didn't start. So, I did call Ramsdale to start this season. Unfortunately, he went for Pope. Quite surprised Ramsdale's going to sit on the bench. But if that carries on, I'll have to rethink that. Virgil only got 3 points in the end because he got a point off for conceding, but he did get 2. He got 21. Well, he got 2 points for defensive contributions, but got over 21 of them. So yeah, it looks like the maximum is 2. Lewis Scally only come on as a sub, got yellow card, the prick. Same with Timber, both didn't start, which is unfortunate for me. So they both come on, and then both got booked. So, both dickheads. Fuck you, Arsenal. Linkovic, only got 2 points, but to be fair, that wouldn't affect too much anyway because Dan's got Murillo, I think. Saka only got 3 points, the ball end. Gordon, what are you doing, mate, with your 3 points? Naby Gambles looked both shit, to be honest. Madueke came on off the bench. Gittins got hauled off at 53 minutes. The worst thing is, if he could have survived till 60, that would have been 3 points on him. But he didn't. Dad Pedro, only the 2. Now, this was a bit of a strike of genius from me. I did get rid of Højlund for Menez, who got a really late goal, so it ended up with 7 points. And then I got Yoro with 4 points on the bench, and if he started over Scally, it could have been a draw, but as we said, Dan had 6 points, so I can't really complain about that because Dan's bench picked up more points than mine. Jackson could be going to Villa. I'm still banking on Garnacho going to Chelsea. And if them moves happen, that could change my season, So yeah, but really, let's be honest, Jay, it's pathetic from me that first week. Luckily, you and Chaz have had worse weeks. I think Dan had a worse week last season as well at one point, but yeah, it's not a great start. I mean, look at me, I'm already talking about last year to make myself feel better about that patheticness.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're quite unlucky with Scally, Madueke and Timber. They all came on, didn't they?
Yeah.
The second half of the game against United. I mean, that could have been a little bit of a difference if they did all start for you to win that game, but
I would have won.
Yeah, so yeah, it's a bit unlucky in that sense, but I mean, it's quite worrying if three of them players were always getting benched and coming on, isn't it, for you? Because you can have 7 starters, and is it 7 or 8 starters? Sorry, and you want all 11, really, don't you? Or at least 10.
Well, to be fair, like if you're a player that isn't starting, but you come off the bench affecting games, there are some players like that. So even if you didn't start,
yeah, you can, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, So, but I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't done drastic changes to that squad because it's the first game week. I've gone for a couple of transfers. I'm guaranteed one of them. But we'll talk about transfers next week because they haven't come through yet. So that's the game week. Not very good. I'm just gonna go through the league table. In last place, me, no points. Second, 9th, Jack, no points. Charlie, 8th, no points. Love and Abundance, no points. Diversity, no points. And 6th, 5th, Dan, 3 points. 4th, Mick with 3 points. Up the Blades, Al with 3 points in 3rd. Cherokee or Haaland, Rich with 3 points in 2nd, and Howard top with that amazing points haul at 82. So Howard's top and the front runner. And to be fair, as I said, like Howard has been, I'd probably say the best player. I'd say it's between me and Howard the GOATs really, because Howard's won it twice. Well, listen to why. Howard's won it twice. And I've won it once. But when I won at record points ever, and in terms of both record points. But also, 1 year I came second, but got the most overall points, which is annoying. Where Howard's only got the most overall points once. No, that's how I got it twice now. Did Howard ever put last season now? In the end. No, he did. No. So it's quickly Howard. So Howard's won the league twice, and he's got the most overall points twice. So yeah. So for that, I would say Howard is the GOAT, and then I'm trailing. So I need to do something about that this season. But yeah, so that's that's the league table. Now we'll look into the future, and we'll look into next week's future.
It's interesting. This
well,
one.
it is, and it's funny I just mentioned the two GOATs because that's the first game. So it's me v Howard, the GOATs, the best two this league's ever seen, champion v champion, legend v legend, me v Howard. So I'll put it this one first. This might come to be a surprise to people, but I'm going to go me. I'll tell you why. I'm going to go me. I was not getting 82 every week. I always had his good week. I've had my bad week. So let's look at the two squads. I'm still happy with my squad over than his. So I'm going to go for me for the victory. Some people might call that deluded. I'd get it, but that was game week one. There's plenty of football to be played. There's plenty of fantasy football to be played. So yeah, I think I'm gonna me for the win. Jay, what are your thoughts on that, mate?
Every time I've played Howard, I always used to dread playing Howard. I always just think it's just always 50 points and above. I just don't think you're going to get that, and I think Howard will win that one, to be honest with you. And that's not being trying to...
No, okay. If that wasn't me, I'd probably go for Howard as well. So I get it.
At the same time, you still got to back yourself as well, haven't you? So,
oh yeah.
Or else, why be you?
Exactly. Get the fuck out of here if you're not going to back yourself. So, I can't remember what we did last week. I'll have to go through that later, and I'll add the ties up, and I'll give the ties for this week and next week on the next episode. Then we've got Dan v John. Tough game to call. Dan really bad week. Seemed to have a great week, but I still don't rate his team that highly. So, but I'm going to go John. I'm going to go John for that one.
Yeah, I agree. I think John. Very unlucky to not win the first game. But yeah, I agree. I think John will win this.
Depends though, isn't it? Because if Mamush and Palmer turn up, then Dan's got him to win. But it's fair. The predictions are so hard to call because in any given week, it just takes one of your players to have a fucking blinder and a couple just chip in.
It's hard.
So then you've got
It's hard.
Rich v Mick. Again, this is a really difficult game to call. I'm going to go Rich. Actually, tell you what, let me just click on Rich's team and see who...
Get off, I've really just seen that. That's a bit...
Let me just look at the fixtures. So, West Ham, Chelsea, City Spurs, Bournemouth, Wolves, Brentford, Villa, Burnley, Sunderland, Arsenal, Leeds, Palace, Forest, Everton, Brighton, Fulham United, Newcastle, Liverpool. So let me just get back onto the fixtures. Let me go on to... So Mick's got Arsenal heavy team, and I think they will do Leeds comfortably. So Mick could have a shot really. Look at Rich's team. Yeah, but then Rich hasn't got many. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Rich. What are you?
I'm going Rich. Again, Mike always a bogus team at the side against me, and he's frustrated to play.
Yeah, but
every time I play him.
Everyone's your bogey team because you always lose, mate.
Yeah, but
So
there's people who I used to always beat. Funny enough, I used to do well against you.
Even that season I won, you beat me. Yeah, pathetic. Yeah.
And then, in terms of how many games I've won, majority of them was coming from you and Jack and people like that. Mike, yeah, you can't never beat him, but I think Rich will beat him.
Yeah, but again, it's 50-50 really, but I'm going to go Rich. Then we've got Jack v Al.
Another derby, another rivalry.
Yeah, this is the Manchester Uni derby. Another difficult one to call. Not impressed with either team, to be honest. I'm gonna go Al.
I agree. I'm going to go with Val as well.
Yeah, I mean, Jack's team doesn't look great. Al got a good point all last week, so I think that one. Now. Again, I'll probably let you go with this one, but this is the battle of the shit boys. The two absolute cretins at the league. Like, neither of them have got a clue what they're doing. It's so shit. Go on.
The minute the fixtures come out, when we did the draft, this fixture got sold out like that on Sky Sports. It was all over everywhere. It was the most talked about fixture this season, and
well, it isn't, but
you'll see why. You'll see why when it comes to it.
It's the funniest fixture because like you both the hockey's so bad that it's just like that's why like it's a good thing, but it's you've got the least amount of points of all time in terms of like and the least amount of wins of all time. Like your season was embarrassing. Last season you only came ninth. I mean that. So if anything, you kind of came worse because the first season was only 8 of us, so you never even broke into the top. You never broke into the top. The top 7. So anyway, go on. So yeah, what are your predictions for that one?
I think I'll win. Especially, I'm not going to go into it now, but hopefully with the weak transfers and stuff, I can improve my team a little bit. So yeah, I think I'm going to back myself on this.
So I'm going to go for you. I think your team's better. I think your midfield will shine through on that one. So I do expect you to win that game. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it then. I'm happy with that, Jay.
Nice and short and sweet that one was, wasn't it, compared to last week?
Yeah, compared to last week, still over 40 minutes, but last week was nearly 2 hours. So yeah, but we had a lot to talk about because we had end of last season, the start of this season, going through everyone's teams, going through the team names. Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot more to go through, but cracking. So yeah, see you later, guys.